Right, we're live. Hey there, guys. Welcome back to Garage Football. Here's our watch along for Man City v Man United, rather, at the Etihad Stadium. And with Dennis and Chris today. Kickoff's in about 5 minutes' time. Team news is in. Start with Man City's lineup: Ederson in goal, back four of Cancelo, Stones, Ruben Diaz, and Zinchenko. Midfield three of Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, and Gundogan. And the front three of Mahrez, Jesus, and Raheem Sterling. Visitors Man United: Dean Henderson in goal. Back four of Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw. Holding midfield two, McTominay and Fred. Dan James, Bruno Fernandes and Rashford in behind the low striker, Anthony Martial. So, well, lads, obviously Man City on an amazing winning run, but Man United have, a few goalless draws recently, but away from home, they've been amazing. So, what are your thoughts? Chris, we'll start with you, mate.
I'm expecting another win for Manchester City. I just think the quality all over the pitch, it's just ridiculous. Best squad in the league, bar none. But saying that, United, of course, last season did the double over Manchester City. Got a 0-0 draw at Old Trafford earlier in the season as well. And City won in the League Cup semi-finals at Old Trafford. But whilst they expect City to win, I think United are probably going to play on the counter-attack. That's why they've gone with the lineup that they have. Last year when they won at the Etihad, again, it was on the counter-attack. It was a brilliant counter-attacking display. As I say, I just think City at the moment, they are so imperious that I just don't know when they next won't win the game. But that is down to the quality of the team as a whole. So I am going to quite emphatically go for Manchester City today. I think 3-0.
No, I think 3-1. Dennis, your thoughts quickly. The team's about to
well, for me, without looking to go too much into the analysis side, it really depends on how United do defensively for me, because I mean, it's we've proven that if you attack City and give them a bit of a game, you can make them work and make them sweat. You're looking at United's attack with Rashford, Martial, Bruno Fernandes, and he's got pace. Matty James
and Dan James as well.
James, sorry, not Matty James. Who did he used to play for? He played for United
Leicester.
Years ago.
Leicester, I think. Yeah,
I think he was a United youth player before he was at Leicester.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So I was getting too obscure there, but there's no doubt in that. Their attacking credentials. It really depends on how Lindelof and Maguire do. As a centre-back pairing, and the difference Henderson could make in goal. But again, I think ultimately City are going to win this. I think it's going to be tighter than you'd imagine. I'm going to go for another 2-1 City win.
Yeah, fair dues. Players are lining up. Just go through the lineups on Sky. I think United, obviously, let's talk Bruno Fernandes. He's got to step up his game against the top six rivals, and well, if he's going to do it, today's that day, isn't it?
Absolutely. We know the quality of Bruno Fernandes since he's come in. It's ridiculous how much he's transformed Man United. I think they've been pretty unrecognisable since they signed him last year. But saying that, he has been quiet of late. He was quiet at Stamford Bridge last week. I thought N'Golo Kante did a magnificent job on him. I thought he was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was really good.
And then against Crystal Palace, he didn't turn up like we know Bruno Fernandes. And it's a big game for him. It's a big game for Manchester United. I think ultimately I see them finishing in the top four because I don't think there's enough teams with the quality to knock them out of that top four. And I think they'll be able to continue grinding the results in order to safely finish in the top four. But if they do not win this game, or if they don't win this game, or if they lose this game today, that'll either be 3 points out of the last 9 or 2 points out of the last 9. Which, with West Ham to come next week, of course, which will be a big game, that will maybe set off some alarms in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's mind. So it is a big game for United, and it's a game that could kind of show just how far are they actually behind Manchester City. Because obviously the points, I'll tell you, they're 14 points worse off in terms of against Manchester City, but this game might show how far they are in terms of quality.
Yeah, good points, mate.
Yeah, and with the strength and depth that City have got, they're going to be able to pick up points that United aren't to, because they can rotate and keep players fresh. Whereas United, quite a few of those City players that maybe on the bench could slot in for United. That is a sad fact for United fans that some of City's reserves would be their starters, but that's nothing really to be ashamed of because they start for most clubs.
Yeah.
You're spending how many hundreds of millions on defenders since he took over.
We're underway. United,
you're underway. I'm a little bit behind.
Kicking from right to left. Man United in this first half. For anyone watching, let us know your match thoughts during the game, thoughts, comments, etc. Well, Cancelo's had a really good season. He's disposed Kyle Walker as first choice right back, you have to say, for Man City. He's just took a throw in.
And half the time he's not playing as a fullback. I think João Cancelo...
he's given a penalty. Wow, what an opening in 40 seconds. Is it Jesus all the way back there? Man United, Martial did brilliantly on the edge of the box. He drives into the box, replay's coming through, takes on about 4 City defenders, and Jesus is there, shoulder barge. Whoa. Where's that? Is that Gary Neville Ood that we've got to do? Oh. Wow.
But Martial, last season, again, he performed so well in this fixture last season. He scored the winning goal.
He's got a point to prove. Martial's left out recently, wasn't he?
The first thing I'll say is I think it's more of a tangle of legs than anything.
Yeah.
It is inside the box. I think it's it's not an intentional foul by Gabriel Jesus. I understand why it's been given, but it's definitely more of a tangle of legs than anything.
That's something to talk about later. Fernandes, we just spoke about him. His record against the top side. He's about to take this penalty. His record's obviously excellent from the spot. Against Ederson, a fantastic keeper, as we know. Steps up. Oh, he got a hand to it, Ederson, but it's in the goal. 1-0 to Man United. What a start. You'll see it in a minute, lads. He gets a great hand to it, Ederson. They're always difficult, those penalties, but I think it might be harsh to say he's disappointed with it, but he did really well to get there. But it was excellent penalty by Fernandes.
The way Bruno has ditched the hop, skip, and jump, if you like. I think it kind of it messes with some goalkeepers' minds for me. But it's a good penalty. It's a very early lead for United. And Manchester City, having been so solid defensively for so long, have now conceded for 3 games in a row.
Yeah, and a penalty given away by the least likely of people, Gabriel Jesus.
If I was Ederson, I would be disappointed with that. It's a well-struck penalty, but I think he's got enough. I think he's got there early enough to get something stronger on that.
I've just added. I agree with you on that. He should be swallowing that ball up. I'm not just saying that because Ederson's in my fantasy team either.
He says through gritted teeth.
I'm thinking clean sheet and a penalty save. Come on.
Oh, you see it all at sea at the back. They give it away, and if the ball's better by Fernandes, Rashford's in there.
Of all the weeks that I captain Ruben Diaz.
Too late to change, mate.
I forgot to change my team completely.
Rashford's in.
Harry Kane is still my captain, despite
Luke Shaw. Oh, great defending by Cancelo. Oh, United have.
I said
Luke Shaw. Oh,
if you go out on attack City and make a game of it.
I said about the game last season, didn't I? Where
you did, yeah.
United just played on the counter attack. I mean, they're actually taking the authority at the moment, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, this chance by Shaw, if it's on his left foot, I think it goes in. He scuffs it right foot, straight at Ederson.
Ederson's a very lucky man. Ederson is a very lucky man for Luke Shaw's shot there.
And even
it's a wayward ball. That's a wayward ball. So again, lads, you got to remember I'm about a minute behind.
I was going to say, yeah, was that where they tried to play Rashford? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. City just need to settle down here. I think it's out an offside. Yeah, it's an offside. Just need to settle down, City. I mean, you said, Chris, didn't you, before the game about United on the counter attack, but it's been them who've dominated. They've been
even
with the ball.
Even then, De Bruyne has just got mixed up with Rodri inside the penalty area trying to clear the ball. Again, it's just a crazy start from Manchester City. They've been so solid defensively for so long.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting this from United. I don't think they were. But yeah, fair play to Solskjaer and United. They've started absolutely brilliantly.
Just again, Edison very lucky there. That could have been one for
it was
one for the old Christmas DVD highlights back in the day. Shouldn't happen to a footballer.
Do they still make those now?
I think YouTube's made that market
obsolete.
Absolutely obsolete.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Granit Xhaka would be on the front cover.
he'd have like 3 volumes for himself.
True.
Not just one, just 3.
No, and then there'll be the Roberto Deluxe Gold, mate.
Yeah.
Or just Roberto and Karius teaming up.
Karius, don't tell Chris about Karius.
He's still up to his old tricks in Turkey. He's still dropping clangers left and right in Turkey.
Is that Union Berlin now?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's in Germany now. Yeah,
I was gonna say I'm a little bit behind then. So I just saw a HITC Sevens preview of him in a Besiktas kit. So I was like, right, he's still in Turkey.
Yeah, he's on loan. At,
De Bruyne. First time City forward. Poor pass. Wan-Bissaka well intercepted.
That was.
Well, Fernandez is that
very good.
Is that counter that we were talking about? Martial, he's well held out. But Cancelo, brilliant defending. But it's still United's ball.
That De Bruyne. It's funny this season because when he's played, he has of course played well. But for me, just things like that, he doesn't get the ball out of his feet. And then it's very difficult for him. We know what pass he wants to make, but the ball's almost underneath him by the time he passes it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, very true.
This is quite an easy interception there, but that's the first time we've seen anything from Manchester City, and that was from a mistake from Manchester United.
Yeah, they've got to seize up on those opportunities.
But it's funny, isn't it, when we say about City being the dominant team in Manchester over the last decade or so, and I do that is a fair comment. But you even look at when City could have won the title against United in 2018, and Paul Pogba spoiled the party on that day. Look at the games last season. I know City reached the League Cup final, but of the 4 games between each other last season, United won 3 of them. So it's quite an interesting rivalry because, I mean, I don't know how recently, if any United fans are listening, or any United fans or City fans are listening, please tell us. Like, I know that there were a few classic games in the 90s, but how recently would this be a big rivalry as such? Do you get where I'm getting at, lads?
Yeah, I'd probably say I think a couple of years before.
But when City are hopping between the Premier League and the Championship, or Division 2 as it was then, like how...
Yeah, I'd probably say when obviously City were buying those players. I think when they had like Bellamy, and Gareth Barry. Yeah,
when they beat United last time at Main Road in 2013, when Gary Neville, just a 36-year-old Sean Goater.
Early 2000s, Dennis, not 2013.
Saying that, I just remembered
2012.
That Dennis Law relegated United with Manchester City, didn't he?
Yeah, and that's actually who I'm named after. Little
wow!
My dad's a huge United fan. His favourite player growing up was Dennis Law, so that's who I'm named after.
Fair enough. I'd probably say that there was a League Cup game. I think it was the semi-final when they had like Shea Given, Man City.
Yeah, last minute winner, Rooney.
Yeah. I think I'd say around, when was that? Yeah, 2010-ish. I'd say that was when Tevez was at Man City as well.
Big thing I remember is first year university halls of residence, like 2010-11 season, and it was a goalless draw. And there's one guy who hadn't seen it, was doing some study thing, I don't know what, and he was telling everyone, don't tell me what the score is, and everyone just came in, shouted, it was a shit game and it was 0-0. Don't bother watching that. Because the entire plan was no matter what happens, we were going to tell him the score, because he was just being such an arse. This is the same guy that had that 4-0 Man United win betting slip. So 5-0 Man United betting slip when we beat them 4-0 in the League Cup, and was waving it in my face all day and stormed out. And when we went 3-0 up, he stormed out of the pub. It was brilliant.
I was going to say, good take from Henderson there from the shot from Gundogan.
It was. Yeah,
the first bit of pressure from City, really.
Yeah, well, they needed this game to settle down, and they're finally into their rhythm. I'd say.
They're doing what they do best, which is keep hold of the ball.
Yeah. The thing with Dean Henderson, he for me, he is easily the best second choice in the league, because how many second choices in the league could you say could easily be first choice?
Oh well, well, that's the problem that United have got. Obviously, you got De Gea, who's not reached the heights of a few years ago. I don't think he was as bad as he was last season. And then Henderson, who's, as you say, Chris, is more than good enough to play for a lot of Premier League sides.
Well, there's lots of talk of De Gea going to Juventus. Seeing him as a step up on Szczesny.
I mean that. I think that's that it's a fact. First of all, I don't think Szczesny. I think Szczesny leaving Arsenal, he did well to get the Juventus move, I think. But
it was a bizarre one.
Yeah, but nevertheless, I mean, Juventus aren't the same team they have been the last few years. They are still in the mix, but it's very much Juventus's to lose in Italy.
Well, they're going for 10 in a row, aren't they?
Inter's to lose, isn't it?
Inter's to lose. I was going to say, it's very much Inter's to lose. In Serie A.
That's what you get when you get Conte in charge. He's a winner.
Yeah, well, I think what was it the other day? They beat. I think they beat Genoa, and their three scorers were Lukaku, Darmian, and Sanchez. Only thing missing was Ashley Young, and it was.
I was going to say, did Ashley Young set any of those up?
Is Victor Moses still at Inter?
No.
I was going to say, that was a very random transfer a while ago, weren't it? But wait, no, that was only a loan, wasn't it?
That was a loan, yeah.
That was a loan.
When we had him, that was a loan, wasn't it?
Possibly one of the most loaned out players I could think of. He played for Liverpool, Stoke, West Ham on loan, then came back to Chelsea and reinvented himself.
As a wing back?
Yeah, that was Conte, wasn't it?
I can remember when he was very young at Vicarage Road watching Watford Crystal Palace, and I think he was 17, ran the show. Absolutely ran the show. It was class above, and we were like, Christ, this could be a world beater on our hands. Didn't quite work out that way. But
decent career though. There's a reason we're talking about Victor Moses and Serie A because it's quieting down last 2 minutes or so.
That was a good take from John Stones, because that was a hospital ball.
Yeah, it was.
That really was.
This game's just settling down a little bit. Yeah, as we've said, City get a bit more possession. Obviously, there's still plenty of time in this United defence. They're there to be got at, especially on the break. Maguire and Lindelof are not the quickest off the ground, are they, lads? So plenty of time for City to get back into it.
That's the thing, because City, they're not a counter-attacking team. They can counter-attack when given the opportunities, but they're very much more used to having possession of the ball.
Yeah, and I think that's just something that we noticed when West Ham, me and Dennis, West Ham fans, we played City at the ad last week.
Aside from this first 10 minutes, that's as well as anyone's played against City in the last few months. Yeah,
well, I thought we did really well against City because we actually made the most of the ball we had. City this season generally give opposition more of the ball than they did, say, in 17-18 with the 100 points and 18-19 when they retained the title. But you still got to make the most of it. And I felt West Ham, we did that last week. And Man United in this first 13 minutes have definitely done that.
I mean, if Antonio scores that early on, then it could have been, who knows what it could have been.
Yeah, I mean, there was a chance right at the end. Dennis will tell you it's a Diop, our centre half.
Yes.
I mean, I reckon
just needed more on it.
Yeah. I was out of the game on Saturday, so I couldn't come on either West Ham way or this one. But yeah, if Diop attacks that, I reckon he's got a better chance of scoring.
Yeah, personally.
Yeah, and that's how close we were to getting a point, and it wouldn't have flattered us at all. Not just saying that because they're West Ham fans. I don't think City fans would have begrudged a result.
Just seeing Sir Alex on the screen, looking well. It's good to say.
Yeah, what a legend! What a legend!
I have to say, he ruined my childhood many times. But I have a lot of respect for that man. If you're involved in football, you can't not.
No, good to see him back in good health after his health scare the other year.
Of course.
And I think he'd be happy with United's development under Solskjaer these past few months, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe not so much last season, but the way they've gone this year,
yeah,
fantastic.
Especially their away form. I mean, I'm just looking on who scored the brilliant
Champions
website.
League dropout would have been frustration, but they could well win the Europa League. Ibrahimovic won't be available for AC Milan, so that maybe gives a different perspective to that tie.
That's still a brilliant side, though, isn't it? For football fans. United in their last 21 away matches in the Premier League, they're unbeaten. So
that's lost at Anfield last season. The 2-0 last season.
Yeah, unreal record.
It's incredible, isn't it, that Laporte can't get in this team?
Yeah, well, it's a great point, mate. It shows how well Diaz, as a new signing, he's settled in, and John Stones has resurrected his career.
Yeah. It's also playing this around the back, something interesting.
Like, I mean, again, to go slightly more anecdotal, but again, sticking to this game, Man City. Have you seen the video of Diaz leading the Benfica changing room?
Oh, Rashford's through. It's well defended. John Stones well defended once again.
Brilliant through there. That.
Absolutely.
So again, I'm behind, lads, so I don't know when to stop talking.
Brilliant.
When we start talking. Oh, Rashford's shot. Oh, well, easy save by Ederson.
That was the most unconventional way I've seen Fred keep the ball. Just complete pinball in the middle of the park.
Yeah, Stones does. They're just showing the replay, Sky. Stones and then De Bruyne, of all people, gives it away. Fred does well, pass forward. Yeah. And Rashford just goes for the shot. Why not? And then, not most convincing by Ederson, but he saves it.
It's a shot. You've got to expect Ederson to be saving. But again, City at the back just not looking like themselves at the moment. De Bruyne, he's had a poor start to the game, De Bruyne.
Yeah, I think when they've had the midfield have been given the ball by City's defence, they're not sure what to do with it. I think Fernandes, Fred, McTominay, they've as a triangle, they've done really well so far. Got to keep it up though.
Oh, definitely. We're seeing, I think, Cancelo's maybe a bit more restricted than he has been in recent games. I mean, I don't. He's been playing left back more so over the last few weeks. Kyle Walker's been playing as well, but I don't really think he's been playing fullback. I think he's just been playing anywhere he fancies. To be honest with you, I mean, even now he's playing more of a central midfielder at the moment.
So I've just had the bit where they win the ball in the midfield, and it's like Chuckle Brothers.
To
me too.
Yeah.
And Ederson has got unlucky again there. As a keeper of his quality and how much he cost them.
Yes.
I mean, there was all this talk about him taking their penalties. I think he needs to be a little bit more concerned about keeping hold of the ball right now. Again, not what you'd expect from him. You expect him to hold on to
Fred's
it.
Done well there. Martial's on fire at the moment. I think that's what you got to do with Martial. Yeah. Drop him for a game or two, then start him up front.
He has had a poor season, I think. Martial, I can't say that I've been overly convinced by him this year. But in a game like this, when you are dependent on counter-attacking...
It's Sterling. What a block that is.
Oh.
Lindelof with an outstanding block. Sterling was cutting through, back of the shoe. Looked like he was on target. That's really well defended.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, as I say, it looked like he was going to go on target. Sterling, he knows where the goal is. Then they've got to be solid. United's defence, particularly Lindelof, Maguire.
I'll tell you as well, signing Alex Telles was a bit of a masterstroke, as it turned out, from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because Luke Shaw's been a different player. I remember the 6-1 against Tottenham at the start of the season. Luke Shaw, that was arguably his worst game for Manchester United. He should have been sent off.
Oh, Gundogan? Oh, just over.
Now another player that's in my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Well, he's still got time to get a goal or an assist.
Well, yeah, Luke Shaw, he should have been sent off in the game against Tottenham. He was very, very poor throughout that game at the start of the season, in fact.
Yeah, do you remember Dyer was shouting at him during that game?
Yeah. But Alex Telles came in, and his game has just gone to a whole new level, Luke Shaw.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be a surprise if he's in the England squad for the Euros.
No, absolutely not. You're probably looking at Chilwell and Shaw, aren't you, for the two left-back slots?
Yeah, you'd have thought so based on form, definitely. Yeah, but we saw Gundogan take that shot, not on target, went way over. But what season he's had, lads. Obviously he's been an excellent player over the years for Dortmund and obviously at City, but this season he's taken his goal scoring up to a whole new level.
Yeah, he's never shown that kind of goal scoring form.
No.
The burst that he had was just absolutely ridiculous. Playing the more attacking role, I think it basically allowed De Bruyne to be lie a bit deeper, a bit more of a quarterback, if you like.
Yeah, good point.
It's interesting though, because City, they're playing with Jesus today, and again, Jesus, City fans might well think, what is he talking about? But for me, you've got Gabriel Jesus and you've got what Sergio Aguero is able to do. I just think Aguero is above and beyond anything Jesus is capable of in some ways. I think Aguero is much more capable of creating stuff on his own, whereas Jesus is a bit of a poacher. Of course, he got 2 against Wolves in the week, but that was via poaching. I just feel, again, if he scores here, I'll eat my words. But I feel much more on edge watching City when Aguero plays, or has played. Of course, he hasn't played a lot this season, and it could well be his last season at Manchester City. I think a lot of people maybe expect that. But
yeah, that's the thing. He's come back from injury. I mean, he played an hour against West Ham last week, and he was anonymous. So that's probably why he's not in the starting lineup.
In the last year of his contract, isn't he? He's always said about returning to, I think, Independiente.
That's true. Yeah. Well, that's just come up there on Sky. Last 10 minutes, City possession 65%.
Yeah,
they're starting to up their game now.
Yeah, they're very much on top here in terms of just keeping the ball.
But, I tell you what, United are holding a really good shape. I have to say, all the defenders, all the midfield sprinting across.
Yeah,
limited the space.
Lindelof did well to block that in the midriff. Then,
Stones were dribbling forward. Cancelo on the right. That's well cleared by Maguire, I think it was. And Rashford's away on the left. He's on his own. Oh, he's doing really well. That's well defended. John Stones again. Excellent defending.
Yeah. Stones and Maguire for you in the summer?
Well, I think John Stones definitely number 1, 100%. I think it's the other spot. I think Southgate will go Maguire. I'd personally, I think I'd probably go with Mings actually if it was my choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Stones without a doubt is the number 1 centre back. It's just whoever plays alongside him.
Yeah.
Oh, Sterling.
No.
Oh, he goes down. No, he's waved away. I think Wan-Bissaka did well excellently again to stay on his feet.
Yeah. That's what it is. For me, he's the best in the league, Wan-Bissaka at that. In terms of staying on his feet. Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka is a quality right back for that. I mean, there's Craig Dawson as well, starting alongside Stones, could be an option. Not as bad as my mate's suggestion on WhatsApp the other day of Johnny Evans. That was possibly the worst suggestion I think I've ever heard.
God, that's like Garth Crooks one, that is.
Did he clock or did you have to tell him?
Everyone was midway through typing when he went. Then he deleted the message, but didn't realise it would still be visible for us. Didn't realise it would still be visible for us, which was even better. Which was quite funny. We're like, we can still see that, right? But it was just the fact he was like, no, not Evans. I was like, mate, we can see it. And he was like, I thought I could delete it. Like he was honest, but yeah.
Just showing the replay, Sterling did brilliantly, and then Wan-Bissaka, fantastic. Just gets a little toe poke on it, and then Sterling gets surrounded by United defenders. De Bruyne with a shot. Oh, that's well saved by Anderson. That comes out to Cancelo. Keeps hold of it. That's Rodri on the edge of the box. Finds Sterling on the left.
I feel like there could be a bit more to that Sterling one, actually. Just because of how awkwardly Fred makes the challenge.
Yeah, well, he's not, I would say, known for his tackling. Fred is a bit erratic, isn't he, at times. Mahrez, that's wide. Well wide. But yeah, City are well on top now in these last 5 minutes. Creating chances now as well as keeping possession. Yeah,
they definitely seize control of this now.
Well, I think as we're talking about England's defence, it shows how stocked behind the right-back areas where Wan-Bissaka's never been capped by England. He's obviously been one of the players linked with representing Jamaica.
I mean, I know Kieran Trippier isn't playing because of outside of football, shall we say? Having a suspension.
Let's put it diplomatically, in case any legal ramifications come
He's
in.
serving a suspension. Let's put it that way.
Let's leave it at that. Yeah.
I think he'll be Gareth Southgate's first choice in the summer. I think for every reason, how well he's performed for England. Look, I think a lot of our England lives peaked when he found the top corner against Croatia. But I mean, I was in the upper floor of a pub in Preston, and I thought the floor was going to cave in. Honestly, I was genuinely terrified. I thought the floor was going to collapse.
That's it. I think most of our lives peaked at that moment.
Oh, definitely.
I'll be honest. I remember, we were watching it in our it was back when I lived with my mate before he moved in with his missus, and so we had all of us around for the football and guys brought their girlfriends, including one who's Irish
Jesus is in the box.
Shut up.
De Bruyne, Cancelo, plenty of players in the box. City. Sure does the world block out Mahrez. Sorry, Dennis, carry on.
No, just, it ends in the next sentence, which is I put a mobile phone ban in that no one was allowed to sit there on their phones while the game was on. Because We've got one mate who is horrendous for, he'll come around and watch, he's a Liverpool fan, he'll come around and watch the Liverpool game, yet he just stares at his phone, texting people. And it's like, mate, you come around to watch the game.
Yeah.
Do you,
It's like, we when we go around or when we're able to, after all this, I think that's a great idea because we haven't socialised for that long. Don't stay on your phones. Chat, talk. You haven't seen your mates for God knows how long.
Yeah, exactly.
There's university. When I was at uni, there was a pub that had that where you would get a free drink if you put your phone in a box.
Oh,
so you'd have to get off your phone and you'd have a free drink.
That's cool, eh?
I'm a big fan.
And you'd have to fucking talk to people.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to sit there texting your missus or whatever,
now there's a bit of a low in play. I mean, Mark's come up with a great question. Obviously, friend of the channel. Thanks, Mark. He asked on our England centre back debate, would you rather Dyer or Maguire start with Stones? I'd say neither. As I mentioned, I'd say Tyrone Mings. He's been great. He's left-footed. He's been great for Villa in their resurgence this season.
Being left-footed is a big factor. If Tyrone Mings is to start.
Oh, Mahrez, takes on Shaw. Oh, it's well defended again by United. They've done well so far.
If I was to choose either of Dyer or Maguire, Harry Maguire all day long.
Easily,
Dyer can't get in the Tottenham team at the moment. He hasn't started either the last two games.
Yeah, and I personally think he's better in midfield anyway.
I personally think Konza's better than Mings. Just going to put that out there, but
ooh. Wow.
I think Konza's a better centre-back than Mings. Just going to say, I think Konza's better. But
what makes him better for you?
Just overall consistency. Goals. A bit more of a goal-scoring threat going forwards as well, which I think set pieces are going to be a huge part of this tournament. I think for us, because I think a lot of teams are going to be very tough to break down. For that reason, you think Maguire and Stones possibly then in that instance, because I don't think Konza's going to be in the reckoning. So. I'd say so, although I do think Dyer, some of the stick Dyer's way is a little unwarranted. I think he's a very good footballer, just not necessarily.
I just don't know what his best position is. He's another player that we have an issue of not knowing where he's best playing.
He probably goes on the plane for me, but
yeah, I don't think in the squad. I wouldn't start him yet.
Yeah.
As I say,
I think his best position for England is from the penalty spot. So that's.
Just have him on the bench, just get him on the last minute of extra time.
He can live off that. His England career lives off that for me. But
but some positions are getting sorted. I mean, Declan Rice is a Rolls Royce, really. Mount's absolute. I mean, he probably would have started anyway, given Gareth Southgate's obviously a big fan of him. The front three, Kane, of course. Then it's a bit of a battle between Sancho, Sterling, and Rashford for the forward positions. Left back again, is it Shaw? Is it Chilwell? Goalkeepers, I think Pickford, the form he's in, he is truly cementing his place now. Because
I'm still a big
Ancelotti's-
mark for Pope. I'm still a big mark for Pope as
he has had a few near post stinkers in the last month or so, and even the Iheanacho goal the other day, no man's land. It was
I think Southgate likes Pickford because of his kicking abilities.
Yeah. I mean, Ancelotti said the other day.
Yeah, exactly.
Ancelotti said that Pickford is better.
Oh, it's another poor pass. De Bruyne is having a shocker in this half hour so far. Pass has not been on it at all.
He is. I was going to say, Ancelotti said the other day Pickford is playing better because he's had that rest. And because he knows Robin Olsen's a first choice international goalkeeper who could easily just come in. You don't see De Bruyne scuff from any of those kind of passes.
No, it looks
it's
like
almost like he's running beyond the ball by the time he's past it.
Yeah, there's a bit of a tactical switch. I mean, De Bruyne is a bit further forward now. It looks like Gundogan and Rodri are sitting a bit deeper now. So a bit of a switch there by Guardiola. Just quickly on England, Charles, again, a friend of the channel. Thanks for your question, mate. Shaw starts for England. I think as we've said, I think it's tough between him and Chilwell.
The form he's in. I mean, Ben Chilwell needs to nail down his place under Thomas Tuchel. Of course, he's been in and out with Alonso since Tuchel's been in. But Luke Shaw is giving it all he's got. I think all round, he's been fantastic. He's creating chances. He's defending well. He is really standing out because I think the issue was beyond Ben Chilwell, who are we looking at for left backs? But I think Luke Shaw's resurgence this season, he's giving himself every opportunity.
Yeah, without doubt. What about you, Dennis?
I think Shaw definitely. Chilwell, again, for the exact reasons that you're saying, mate. I think Chilwell, he's in and out of the team a bit, and I think Shaw's having a fantastic season. I'm not going to go for 2-2. I'm not suggesting Aaron Cresswell for left.
I was going to say the only thing against Aaron Cresswell is age. Because he's
against Aaron Cresswell also is I think no. Someone watching week in week out, he always thinks he's playing as a left side of a back three, so he can't play left back. He either plays as a centre back on the left side, and then
Maguire's been booked, Maguire's been booked, lads.
Yeah.
Well, I've caught up with you a little bit there.
Silly that is really silly.
Just seeing the replay.
In the middle of the park as well.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
A bit of a needless foul.
Reminded me of his sending off against Denmark. The second yellow. Just no need for it. Literally in the centre circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, the ball's there to be won, but that does not look pretty.
What's just happened? What you don't notice is he gives away a silly little foul just before, where he sort of. I think they collide a little bit. It's almost like he grabs him a little bit. So I think he's just a bit hot-headed and think, you know what? I'm actually going to fucking kick you now. Like if you're going to go down, I'm actually going to kick you. And he does have that a bit. He does have that about him in that if he comes up against one of these more continental players, it's going to go down.
Yeah.
That little hot-headedness that he gets every once in a while.
His 8th booking of the season as well.
That is a lot.
I know. Look, I know Roy Keane is the former Manchester United captain, but I just think as a United captain, I just think you need to show more discipline than that.
I know you got no. As I say, I know you got no love for him, mate, but you wouldn't see Gary Neville allowing himself to do stuff like that. And he was United captain after Keane for a long time. He was very disciplined as captain.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see Rio or, to a lesser extent, Vidic. Vidic, yes, he would be a bruiser, but he wouldn't give away stupid. If he gave away a yellow card, it was for tactical fouls or something a little bit more where he had to go in hard, not just I'm going to kick you in the middle of the pick.
Sterling. Oh, what a poor ball that was. Gundogan was in then on the left, on the overlap, and then Sterling. Well, that wasn't a Sterling pass, I'll tell you that much. Better though from De Bruyne, gets the ball out of his feet, really good ball. Sterling takes on Wan-Bissaka's waiting for Gundogan, and that's a poor ball. I think that sums up City's 34 minutes in attack, certainly.
How you know where you are on a football pitch, right? You know where you are, and you know how close you are to the byline. That has to be a feather touch to Gundogan, and that has to be in his stride. He's played it closer to Wan-Bissaka than he's played it to Gundogan.
I think he held on X on the PlayStation, mate. I think he held it too long and it just powered out for a goal kick.
What's that on an Xbox?
The one at the bottom.
I'm just joking. I don't
Yeah.
have PlayStation consoles. I don't have games consoles. I'm just winding you up.
I haven't had Xbox for years. I'm more of a PlayStation guy. So
Would it not have been
Never
shot?
owned one.
Would it not been better to have a shot for Sterling there?
Yeah. Well, I think he's tried to take it inside a few times, and he's been crowded out. I would have thought he did. The shot was on there, and used Gundogan as the overlap to create that half a yard. But I think the ball was the right decision. It was just the execution was poor.
Yeah.
But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on screen there, 10 minutes to half time. Definitely would have taken this at the start of the game, 1-0.
I was just the ball. Martial tried to keep the ball in then, but it just creeped out of play. But I was going to say, you guys will know all about playing against United and the ball going out of play, won't you?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. But I think, to be honest, obviously we were playing them shortly in next week or so. But
seems a long time ago that now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But we should have been at least 2-3-0 up at half time.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, obviously it's annoying with the ball going out, etc. But it's irrelevant. We should have beaten them easily.
It did amaze me though that I know Match of the Day managed to find an angle where the ball was out of play, but the VAR on the game didn't.
Yeah. I think it's just one of the frustrations with VAR. It's not perfect, but I think the rules of the game have again changed the handball law.
Yeah.
I think
Sterling nearly threw again, then just a bit too heavy the pass.
He's got it against to Zinchenko.
I heard today that Lamina, scored the winner, of course, today at Anfield. The Josh Maja goal against Tottenham, hit Lamina on the arm. Nothing he could have done about it. Fell to Maja, he scored, and the rule got changed the day after, didn't it? For accidental handball.
Yeah, that's
and the wording was it didn't get caused by that goal. Okay, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I'm
They've
not sure
seen that.
They can't be seen to change it based on.
But they've seen that and realised how ridiculous it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, the most ridiculous one for me, and again, I'm not saying that being biased, but it was when Rice got done for the handball
Sheffield
United for Snodgrass's little poach one. That was ridiculous. It was like, what do you expect him to do? Run with his hands by his side, or behind his back or something like that? Was one that was for me that was just mental. And then when it comes to the offside, it was when Pookie's beard was offside for Norwich against Spurs. It was like, your beard. No, sorry, mate. You should have trimmed the beard this morning. You'd have been on.
Well, did you see the
Gundogan? Oh, straight at Henderson. But good, really good.
Come on, think of my fancy team, Gundogan. Come on.
He's obviously been listening, Dennis.
Did you see
murder on Zidane's floor needs some points? Okay.
I think he should. Should he do better there?
Again, not for the first time, Chris. City player gets it stuck under his feet.
Yes, literally just took the words out of my mouth. He gets it stuck under his feet. Nice play from Mahrez. Lovely feet again. He's so good at that. I think Lindelof's closing off the angle into the far corner. So I think you can only go to the far corner.
That's another great block. Jesus with a shot well blocked by McTominay, I think it was.
Did you, on the subject of handball, did you see the one that Arsenal didn't get yesterday? The one that got overturned was correctly overturned, but did you see the one that didn't get?
That's right.
When Peters plays basketball.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst this season for me. That's one of the worst this season.
And that was awful.
If not
just after they changed the rule as well.
Yeah.
Well, look at the action there. His last 10 minutes, 26% in Man United's third.
Well, we say about Bruno. I know Bruno scored the goal, but aside from that, rather invisible, I have to say. I mean, if he scores the winning goal and the 1-0 win, then United fans won't care how invisible he is if he scores the winning goal. But he's been quiet.
Yeah, I think Man City have obviously, since the goal, have had more of the ball, and when United have counter-attack, it's been more played via the wings, isn't it? Or a ball down the channels. Again, Wan-Bissaka, what a game he's having so far. That's another great block.
Yeah. He's a good defender. For me, he's the best defensive fullback in the league.
Yeah, that's the reason he doesn't play for England is because going forward he's unconvincing or not as good as the others.
Well, they call him the Spider, don't they?
Yeah. Rashford's done well there. Martial. Plenty of space for United if they can attack it. There's Fernandes.
Yeah.
Martial. Just slowing the game down. Can't really blame United, to be honest. 5 minutes
No,
to half time.
Brilliant header from Maguire, I have to say, to deny Jesus, because that's right on his head.
Yeah, to be fair, all of United's defence have done well. A couple of great blocks by Maguire and Lindelof earlier, and Wan-Bissaka's been great against Sterling. Shaw's been decent as well, so got to keep up in the second half.
Yeah.
Rashford was well intercepted by Stones again. Not for the first time in this game either.
I mean, the pace on the counter-attack is there for all to see, and you won't find many faster front threes in the league than James, Martial and Rashford.
Yeah, especially Dan James is frightening how quick he is.
Yes, I think he lacks a bit of quality in the final third for me, but running at you, ridiculous pace. There was a goal he scored for Swansea where it went viral just with how quick he was.
Yeah, I think he's scored a couple recently, hasn't he, Dan James? So,
yes, I think it was three.
He scored one in the Europa League.
Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
He scored in the Europa League, which is quite a big goal.
Real Sociedad. Having gone, I remember last season he went on a run of 32 games without a goal. Because he started his United career really well. He got 3 goals in his first 4 Premier League games.
I was going to say, set off like a train, didn't he? But
yeah,
I think he's certainly got ability. But
yeah,
he's still very young, very raw. But he's certainly got something about him. Well, I'll say that he gives the ball away there. Commentator's curse or punt or fan curse, whatever. It's not foul to give away Fred. Was that Fred or Fernandes? About 30 yards out. Rodri was fouled there. Zinchenko runs full, just seeing the replay. Oh, well. Bit soft, but a bit needless, I have to say. Yeah, pulls his arm. It is a foul.
It's probably within having a go range, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, why not? A few minutes to go, give Henderson
it is really silly from Bruno Fernandes, that.
Yeah.
If anything, he might be if he's escaped the booking here, he'd be very lucky, I think. Because at the end of the day, that's a pullback. I think he's very fortunate to escape a yellow card there.
Yeah, let's see if it costs United. It looks like De Bruyne he fancies this. Everyone else has walked away. Not been in the best first half De Bruyne's ever had, but what a time now to make amends.
More than capable.
Definitely. Henderson's done well so far.
Feels about 5 yards too far out for me.
We'll see, mate, in a couple of seconds.
Well, Gonçalves scored a great one, didn't he, for Benfica?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think De Bruyne would settle for that. De Bruyne steps up, over the wall, or just over.
Yeah.
Henderson get a touch there? Yeah, got a touch. Corner. Let's have a look on the replay. Good spider camera angle this. Yeah, I think a bit too straight. Hit it well, but a little bit too straight. It looks like Henderson got a little touch.
For context, City just won the free kick where I am.
Oh my God, you might have to click refresh, Dennis. I think, or put more money in the machine.
Put more money in the machine might be the answer. Yeah,
that was just Henderson being careful, wasn't it?
Yeah, great corner by De Bruyne in the follow up. Not for the first time. Great United defending. And then Shaw. Oh, I thought he was going to boot out the pitch. What's he doing? Oh, he's
all that we've been praising him when he does that.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka, not for the first time, gets another great blocking to help his fellow fullback out.
I mean, there's playing out from the back, and there's that.
Yeah, I think time and place. You've got a couple of minutes plus stoppage time. Just get out.
I mean, even Wan-Bissaka there gets away with trying to play out from the back.
Here's Rodri. Intercepted again by Wan-Bissaka. Here's Fernandes. Oh, great play. Here's Dan James. Is he going to use his pace? He's running at Zinchenko. He's got Rashford on his left. He finds him. Left-hand side, cuts inside. Here's Fernandes. Oh, great feat. Just tries to find either Martial or McTominay. Just ball runs away from him.
Yeah.
But no, in the blink of an eye, United are up the pitch.
Yeah.
whatever happens, McTominay can't score because then the United fans will start going, "Oh, he's twice the player of Declan Rice."
What was Dennis? What's his nickname again?
I was about to
McSauce.
say McMayonnaise. So long story short, Chris, we had like after McTominay scored the goal, there was like Trevor Sinclair put one out saying that they're different players and Rice gets ahead of McTominay because he's not anyway. Blah blah blah. And I think Talksport retweeted something that I said, and as a result, I had loads of United fans giving me abuse for about.
Oh, Mahrez is in. Mahrez.
What?
Oh, that was so unlucky. He got the ball on the right hand side with his right foot. One of those cross shots it looked like, and then Jesus, like Gaza in '96, nearly gets a touch to it. But it's City's best move, yeah, without that. De Bruyne finds Mahrez.
Ouch!
Look like he's offside.
I hope Jesus is okay here, but I thought there's a certain area that might have been in agony there for a second.
I think if Jesus got a touch, he would have been offside, but that was so close to going in. That was a really good effort by Mahrez with his weaker foot.
Yeah, he would have been offside, Jesus, and takes a whack in the post for his troubles. He's Mahrez with both feet for me, one of the top 3 in the league.
Oh, I think,
natural with both feet.
Yeah, well, I think in the past 5 years, I think he's been one of the best swingers without a doubt.
Yeah.
So what he did for Leicester, and then since he's joined City, he's been.
I mean, it's credit to the.
Oh, is Martial? Can they finish up? Can they get a second? Or Dan James goes down, and that's half time. Well, what a first half that was. Man City nil, Man United 1. Obviously, Fernandes
going that way.
Well, I don't think any of us were really expecting that start from United. Anyway, obviously they've got that penalty tucked away by Fernandes, but. No, your thoughts, Chris, on that first half, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I know I gave a prediction of 3-0, and I'll accept that. But I did say as well that United played on the counter-attack last season. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer must be looking at that game at the Etihad last year and thinking, right, we played that way and we got a win, we got a 2-1 win. That's the way we're going to approach today. And I think City defending counter-attacks looks extremely uncomfortable. More so than I have seen, more so than any of us have seen them recently.
Yeah, definitely.
But then again, you saw West Ham last week play on the counter-attack and get joy. So maybe that is the way to play against City if you kind of target that style. Good penalty from Fernandes. Edison will be disappointed, but it is struck well by Bruno Fernandes. And United haven't been overly tested. I think Dean Henderson will be relatively pleased with how comfortable that first half was for him. And very, very intriguing first 45 minutes. I did say that I think this game might show how far the quality, how big the gap is between two sides, of course, 14 points in the league. But this game at the moment suggests that if United can be consistent, which is probably their main criticism, they're not a million miles away from Manchester City potentially.
Yeah, as you say, mate, it's that consistency. Thoughts on that first half, Dennis?
Yeah, I think it's a contrast in styles. I'd say that I think United are still further away from City than this score would predict, purely because City have dominated the ball, but they just haven't formulated chances. So United have tried to catch them on the counter and been tough to break down. Over the course, I predicted 2-1, so my prediction's still on. I just need City to score twice to make my prediction come true. But ultimately, it's a game. It's a thing where, again, anyone watching that's involved in the West Ham way or West Ham way watchalongs, just like West Ham have done this season. If United win this game, they've won it in a moment rather than a dominating, obliterating performance. And those are the type of wins you want to get against sides like City, against sides. Whereas, are United going to be able to go toe-to-toe with City? No. Very few clubs in the world are going to be able to go toe-to-toe with City.
Yeah.
But it's just picking that spot, picking that moment, and winning a penalty from a rash challenge. If they win that game 1-0, they deserve to, because they've beaten them 1-0. City have only had one major chance, really, and that is the late one with Mahrez and Jesus, if he was about if he was a foot tall or if he was a 7 foot plus giant, he might be able to get to that. But if he'd gone any further forward, I think he might have been offside. But other than that, that's the only time they've looked in trouble, really. Like De Bruyne had a free kick that Henderson tipped over the bar to be safe, but he was never going on target. I think Henderson could have left that. And they haven't really. I mean, Gundogan had a tame shot. Maybe if he had decided to try and knock it top bins or something, possibly, but he probably could have skied it. And we'd having a different conversation about how he should be going for placement rather than power. City, neither side have played badly, but City have had more of the ball, but not done an awful lot with it, really. One of the bigger talking points is, for me as well, is Maguire's reckless yellow card. Was one of the more bigger talking points, which really speaks, I think, a lot for the game. Most of it has been in the middle ground, keeping hold of the ball.
Yeah, I think obviously, as you say, Dennis, City have had a lot of the ball, but I think United's defence, they've got to be on their game if they're going to keep the City side out. And that first 45, particularly, Wan-Bissaka, as we said during the game, and I think Lindelof and Maguire have really stood up firm so far.
I thought it was pretty. It's needless from Maguire more than anything, isn't it? I know I appreciate the frustration was there, but for such an experienced player to lash, it was a lash, really, in the middle of the park when Jesus is being marked and just going back into the centre of the midfield. Needless, a bit comical, to be honest with you. But as I say, for his 8th booking of the season, it's a bit of a disciplinary issue for me. I appreciate that. I said earlier on, Roy Keane wasn't the most disciplined of players out there, but he knew when to make tackles and when not to. And that's something that I still feel was a little bit lacking with Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just, discipline and more decision making, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think apart from that, I think he's a couple of great blocks from when Sterling is cutting inside in the box, and and when De Bruyne has had a few efforts and stuff as well. So yeah, United have held firm, and they've looked to threat every time they've flown forward. And Martial obviously got the penalty. He did really well for that. And if he's looked at threat, best he's looked for a while. And Rashford, as always, Dan James, obviously with his pace, always looks likely to contribute something. And Fernandes obviously scored the penalty, but he hasn't had a huge amount of the ball. When he's had it, he's obviously his quality on the ball. So both sides will fancy themselves to get goals in the second half, I'd say.
Can you see it being more open after the break, or do you think it'll be the same as what we've seen so far?
I think it'll open up a lot more. I think City will. I think Cancelo's not really been in midfield. Obviously, he's a fullback, but Pep likes sticking him in midfield to get more numbers, and I think he'll start going a bit further forward, and maybe Zinchenko as well. And I think more spaces and then United got more space to run into, haven't they? So I think it's been quite open first half. I think it's been better than a lot of the other games between the top sides, isn't it?
It's certainly not 0-0. That's something.
Well, exactly, yeah, which is good to see. So hopefully, I think it's been pretty fluid and open, and I think the game will naturally open up in that second half.
Just seeing some of the highlights again. It's half chances more.
Yeah, and it's this one here. It's the Mahrez one. Yeah, if that goes straight in, obviously that's a goal. But
yeah, I know Jesus is offside at the far post.
Yeah, but that was the one time that United have really looked stretched and opened up. I think that was because of City's quick play and
you get the bodies back quick enough.
Yeah, that's what they've done all the first half. United, we've mentioned all the defenders, but McTominay and Fred have provided a good shield in front as well. And Henderson's looked fairly solid without having to make any top class saves, but he's looked decent so far. So City have got to get more shots. They've had plenty of shots, but got to test Henderson a little bit more, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Edison also has gotten a little bit lucky with a couple of fumbled saves he's made. Was that one from, I think, Luke
Yeah,
Shaw
yeah.
very early on, which again, that would have been on a highlight package DVD back in the day. But again, I apologize if this is what you've just spoken about, but where I'm at, they're going over the City chances. And I mean, everything's been comfortable for Henderson. Everything's been going over the bar. I can only wish I could hear what Roy Keane was saying. I'm hoping to see him and Jamie Redknapp go at it again.
It's probably saying that it's his job. It's his job.
Yeah.
It's 2 yards.
Exactly. Yeah. That was quality actually when him and Jamie Redknapp were going at it last week.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But on that, so what do you think the Spurs? So flipping the argument to Spurs just on what Jimmy Redknapp was talking about. Do they have the potential to do better, or is this the best that they can hope for at the moment under Jose Mourinho?
I think
They'll be going to have to win the Europa. For me, they'll be going to have to win the Europa League because he's won it with Porto. He's won it with Manchester United. It's a competition that I think he sees as arguably Tottenham's best way in the Champions League, and it would end their trophy drought at the same time.
Yeah, they just need to win. As much as I would absolutely hate it, I mean, I have one rule in football, and that is anyone but Spurs. A-B-S. Anyone but Spurs. Honestly, I'm not shitting you. I'd rather Millwall win the FA Cup than Spurs.
That's a big statement.
Because here's the thing. Here's the mentality for me. I've grown up watching West Ham. I started watching them in the late 90s, like 98, 99 was when I first started following football, really. I've never really known us to play Millwall other than the occasional cup game or whenever we get relegated. We play Spurs almost every season. I hate Spurs more than I hate Millwall. Simple as.
So
it would be a bit like if Everton were a second division side for you. Obviously, okay, it's a bit different because you've got Man United as well, but it's like therefore Man United you hate more than Everton.
Yeah.
Because you don't really care so much about Everton. Or okay, Everton haven't really been a league rival for you, I guess, then in that logic. So therefore,
at the moment,
United than Everton, for example.
Yeah,
and that's why I have anyone but Spurs. But back to what I was saying, anyone but Spurs. I've got to park that for a second. Yeah, Spurs just need to win a trophy. And Jose Mourinho needs to win it. I think he needs to win a trophy with Spurs to sort of cement his legacy of being that manager that wins trophies. Yeah. If he doesn't win a trophy, it will be the only. It will be the only place he's been to that he hasn't won a trophy. If he doesn't win a trophy with Spurs, he's won a trophy everywhere else.
He's got a couple of chances. He's got the Carabao Cup. Yeah, which should be very tough, obviously, against Guardiola and Man City, and also the Europa League, which, as you said, Chris, he's won it twice.
Hey, if there's anyone that can shithouse and beat Guardiola, it's Jose Mourinho. If anyone can shithouse it, it's Jose. If anyone can, and again, rules anyone but Spurs, but they trophy and then that's what it is. I think that's what the logic was, and they appointed him. Again, I'm going to go anecdotal here, but it was during the 2019 general election. I was out door knocking with David Lammy, who, if you don't know, is a massive Spurs fan, massive. Yeah. And it was the day after Jose got appointed, or not long after. And I was just talking to him about it, and he was like, you know what? And he was saying at the time, really optimistic, I think he's going to take us places. I think so. And I was like, I don't think he's going to take you places. I just think he's going to get you that. He's going to win you that cup. I don't think he's going to progress the team. I don't think the team could really, as it is, progress any further. Without serious investment that he's not going to get under Levy, and that's true, really.
If you're then the anyone but Spurs mentality, how relieved were you when Origi buried it into the bottom corner?
And that also Whitehead as well. I said before that was like my nightmare, and I only say this because again I've got those two mates that are the absolute worst. When it comes to Liverpool, it was like when they won the league, I had to just mute them for months because it was like honestly, and that ole 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 chant, I'd fucking I'd wake up sweating hearing it in my sleep because it was all he would ever do. Ole ole ole. Every night out, it was just ole ole ole.
Not as good as that.
No, but it was where they're both from sort of Watford area. They didn't sing it in a Scouse accent. They sung it in this like big droning, I'm not quite London, I'm not quite Hertfordshire sort of voice. So it was ole ole ole.
Yeah, it doesn't really go, does it?
Yeah, rather than how it should be sung.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, but because I remember when Mora scored against Ajax, I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to support Liverpool now. Gonna have to row back on all my anti-Liverpool stuff on the WhatsApp group.
Oh god.
Because obviously, my German team, obviously, because of like friends out there, and because Watford's with them, is Mainz, which is synonymous with Jurgen Klopp. So I've actually been to Jurgen Klopp's house in Mainz.
Oh wow,
That's quality.
Yeah. My mate who was a United fan, I was out with, wanted to do something on his doorstep, but we no, don't. But we were just walking down, and they were like, "Oh, yes, this is Jurgen's house, by the way." We're like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." he still lives there. Cleaner goes in every once in a while, and a gardener, but he obviously lives in Liverpool now, or the area. But yeah, and there's like one of their flats, the Mainz fan, there's like a proper shrine to him. It's a bit crazy how much they love him in Mainz. He is like their Mainz's favourite son.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've walked past Jurgen Klopp's house. They were so casual. Oh yeah, this is Jurgen Klopp's house, and I was like if we were in England, this would be a really big deal. Like people wouldn't be allowed near it. I'm from Watford. Yeah, I'm from Watford, so obviously we've got Northwood nearby, which has got like Northwood Army headquarters as well. You get a few bigwigs or posh people that live there, like not posh, but famous people like the lead singer of McFly, whatever his name is. He lives in Northwood. No one's allowed near his house. Like it's gated off and everything. And it's like, whereas out there in Germany, it's like, yeah, this is Jurgen Klopp's house. It's like a terraced house in Germany. And it's like people just free to walk past it as they wish. There's no fencing. There's a nice little wooden fence next to it. Yeah, so it's just crazy, different world out there.
Yeah. Oh, that's. Yeah, he is. I mean, he got into the first division, I think.
Yeah,
and he was a player there, of course.
He played there for a long time. I think he actually got double figures one season for them from centre back.
Yeah, as a defender.
Yeah, because he was a bit of philosophy. I think he was their assistant manager while still playing, and then he grabbed Tuchel to take over. So and then he got them European football. Tuchel was actually a better manager for Mainz than Klopp, but he's just not as likable.
And what about Tuchel?
Well, I'm pronouncing it the way I've been told to pronounce it, which is Tuchel. That's how I got told. But also, you have to understand, Mainz is like a bit like Bizarro World in Germany because it's basically France.
Okay.
It's more okay. I'm gonna say basically French. If you look at it, it's like a French city. It's got all the architecture and stuff, and they're like near the border. And at one point, it was France, like a couple of 100 years ago, before Germany became unified. Now we're delving into my history degree. So
second half's underway.
The second half's underway, and Dennis is talking about the Reformation, about the unification of Germany.
Yeah, we'll save that for the full-time debrief.
Sorry.
See with the Boers expected for the majority of this second half, I'd say.
Oh, they're still warming up for me. Sorry, apologies. I wasn't aware we were.
That's all right. You haven't missed much. It's only been 30 seconds, so see with the ball. Expecting them to make a few changes, but we'll see how the first 15-20 minutes go. I would have thought they've got plenty of options on the bench. Just looking at the
I don't think there's any need for any panic.
No.
Manchester City at the moment, they controlled large spells of the first half. Just so happened that the goal was a very, very early one from Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, well, they've got Aguero, Bernardo Silva, Torres, Phil Foden on the bench. City, and then United have got a load of defenders basically.
We were saying about England earlier on.
Yeah.
What does Phil Foden have to do to start games? Like, he hasn't started any of the last three now. No, I mean for Manchester City. He hasn't started any of Man City's last three games. And his talent is undeniable. I just find it a bit confusing how he can't command starts.
Yeah,
given how much Pep has raved about him and said he's the best player he's ever coached.
Yeah, it's just, I think, obviously, that shows that the depth in City's squad is absolutely a joke, isn't it? So that's, obviously what we were saying about Dean Henderson for United. He's playing a majority of Premier League sides, and Foden it'd be exactly the same. He'd start every game.
But next season, would you expect him to be first choice? Or would he have to start thinking about being first choice?
Oh, he's in the bar.
Oh,
Rodri, it's the bar. Rodri, of all people, it's the bar. Great move by City. And it ends up with Rodri, and then fantastic strike from edge of the box, and he struck the woodwork.
brilliant effort, that. Nice layoff.
Yeah, Mahrez does well.
He comes onto it very well.
He does. Couple steps, side foots it. Yeah, Henderson's corner of it's the stanchion, I think they call it. Was it the corner of the crossbar and post?
It's a nice tee up from Jesus, and he does the right thing. He side foots it. It was almost perfect. And to be honest with you, I don't know if he should be doing better with this.
Well, I think of all the players you'd want on that shot, Rodri wouldn't be high up on the list, but he did strike it pretty well.
You're a Premier League player, and maybe this is a bit too harsh. Please tell me if I am being, but you're a Premier League player. I just think that the minimum is the target there. Because at the end of the day, hasn't it the target?
Yeah, technically, he hasn't. Yeah, I think it's but slightly. I think because of the caliber of. I mean, obviously, he's a quality player, but he's not known for his shots, is he, Rodri?
Now City have a free kick, so it's been a lively start for the second half from them.
Yeah, well, they're starting off how United started off the first half, right out of the box, and easily could have scored.
So I'm on the 47th minute, and just had the crossbar bit. Yeah, City are swarming them.
There they are. Got a free kick on the left hand side. Looks like De Bruyne's over it. Oh, we've got Zinchenko as well. Zinchenko is about to take it. Oh, Henderson well grabbed. He's going to have to do a lot of that second half. Henderson, plenty of crosses and all that. Got a chance, Henderson. Obviously, De Gea he's had a child born, hasn't he, recently? So that's why he's not in the side.
It was a good learning curve for him at Sheffield United last season. I mean, I said before the start of the season that
what a run this is by Luke Shaw. Plays in Rashford. Oh. Shaw in the box again. Left footed. Oh, it's a goal. 2-0.
Oh my word!
Wow.
Who scored it? Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw. Yeah.
Oh my word!
Well, what a run that was. He had the ball on the left hand side. On the halfway lane, drove forward, played in Rashford, and Rashford played it back to him. And unlike his shot in the first half, it was on his left foot, and he sticks it in the corner.
And guess who's my third sub? Who's my third sub? Luke Shaw.
I was going to say. Is
that offside? Is that offside?
Let's see.
It looked level to me, but with the offside rules it is, I have no idea if that's onside or not.
That's onside.
Yeah, look, they didn't.
Surely that's onside.
If a Liverpool fan says it, it has to be true. About United's. You might be able to hear my housemate who's watching it.
I was going to say, who is that?
I live with a United fan, an Arsenal fan, and 3 people who don't.
Yeah, the goal's been given. It's 2-0. Confirmed, 2-0. Well, just
I did ask him if he wanted to get involved, but he didn't want to do it.
Nah, fair enough.
I've just got this. I've got the start of the run here. Bloody hell,
he does really well. Well, it was the pass to Rashford, but
Rashford got the assist. Who's also in my fantasy team, so I can live with that. I can live with that. And but who's making all the jokes about Luke Shaw being fat now? It's an amazing run.
No, that's the thing. He's back to his full fitness. He showed it in that goal. Obviously, drive and run, and then Rashford did well to make the run, lay it off back to him, and then that's a good. I mean, he had plenty of defenders around him, but I have to check the replay again. I don't know if you saw it, Chris, but it went through. Did it go through defender's legs?
Yeah, it just trickles into the corner. Yeah. Edison doesn't move.
Yeah, I think
Edison's flat-footed. I think
he was unsighted, wasn't he?
Play now for you. Oh, I wouldn't say he was unsighted. I think he was completely caught by surprise that no one blocked it, though. I think he was anticipating a block. Yeah. Takes a nick off someone's big toe. I don't know. Couldn't tell who because I can't see the shirt number. But one of the centre backs, it's his toe and sort of wrong foot's thingy. But
what a start by United! It looked like City were one on top. Obviously, Rodri with his effort hit the woodwork. Yeah, Sterling's done well.
Again, no one tested with any of the saves.
I mean, what bonus for United? Yeah.
All our predictions are out the window. No one predicted this.
No. And again on the counter attack.
Wan-Bissaka with a brilliant tackle on Jesus there. I know you're a little bit ahead of me, but I just wanted to point out that was a brilliant tackle.
Yeah, no, he's been excellent all game. Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, absolutely awesome. But yeah, this is a uphill task for City, but you wouldn't rule it out with obviously the calibre of players on the pitch and obviously on the bench as well. Once they get one, you could easily get a second.
2-0 is possibly the hardest scoreline to defend. So to steal a phrase out of every Sky pundit's book, but
where's that cliches book?
Dennis's book of cliches. Well, I'm as sick as a parrot.
See, I find that phrase interesting because you'd rather be 2-0 up than 1-0 up, wouldn't you?
But 1-0, it's almost like you think, right, let's okay.
Part of the bus.
They're on the break again. Rashford. Trying to find. Stone's brilliant defending again. Trying to find Dan James. It's great.
All of a sudden, City's defence. I mean, I think it's been a bit shambolic today, to be honest with you.
No, not as strong as it usually is. But I mean, you got the pace and quality of United's attacking players. They haven't really come across that much recently, apart from
Wolves
maybe West Ham.
Wolves caused them problems as well on the break in midweek. So all of a sudden now, I mean, City.
Jesus in the box. Plays back to Mahrez. De Bruyne. The right idea, but no one's there. And then United clear it through Maguire. Yeah, well, I think United have been clinical, whereas obviously Wolves and West Ham only got scored one goal against them.
Jesus' first touch there kills the move.
It does, doesn't it? Fernandes plays Rashford. He takes it on like Diaz, like he's not there.
When Jesus takes control of that ball, for me, he doesn't know what his next move is. Because he should know one touch, bang, or one touch, I'm going to pass it. He just gets stuck under his feet.
Yeah, I think he was caught in two minds whether to shoot or possibly lay it off, and in the end, he does neither. We asked for a more open second half, and my God, lads! This opening 10 minutes has been. It's like it's frantic. It's like the last 10 minutes rather than the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Absolutely bonkers.
But I think this is what you want between two top sides. You want quality and you want goals, and it's been too negative from some of the 0-0s and stuff. I mean, you can have decent 0-0s. Martial. Dan James? Shoots over. Should have done better there.
Really nice turn from Martial in midfield there. Really nice. That's a 5. It turns into a 5-on-4, that scenario.
I was going to say, Rashford was
why is that game shooting there?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I was thinking, Shaw and Rashford had oh my God, they had the penalty box to themselves. I went out for the deflected shot that was by James. I thought it just went straight over, but it's a corner.
You go ahead. It's fine.
No, it's a silly option. If you've got 5, you're 5-on-4.
Well, we were talking about Dan James earlier, weren't we, Chris? I think that's an example of the decision making he's got to improve. But I'm sure we will in time. Sure, about to take this corner.
He's still young. He's still learning.
Exactly. Yeah. Corner's not led to anything, but United still got the ball with Wan-Bissaka. Oh my God!
I might add.
That was rubbish.
For context, lads, one of my mates who's a Liverpool fan is now refusing to rule out Liverpool's title chances based on this result. I seriously hope he's trolling.
You'd hope so.
With this guy, you can never tell. With this guy, you can never tell. With this guy, you can't tell.
Yeah. No comment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Safest thing to say.
It's good to one bit of space out wide for Mahrez. Still Mahrez. He tries to find Gundogan and Cancelo gets in the way. Here's Rodri, now Sinchenko. Sterling. Wan-Bissaka's won this battle so far, but Sterling's still got it. Oh, crowded out again. What defending? Fantastic.
I've been watching Sterling in particular for the last few weeks. Obviously, whilst watching the games, but focusing on him. And he just hasn't been threatening.
That zip's not been there from Sterling.
No, it hasn't. And that's why there is debate over the two
Fernandez.
Oh.
Back post. Martial. Oh, he should have scored.
Luke Shaw again.
He's playing
through the middle.
He's playing like prime Roberto Carlos.
Oh, I don't. And Martial as well. Does he get caught in two minds whether to lay it backwards or head it? Because there's nothing on the header.
I think he's not sure whether to head it goalwards. Oh, Luke Shaw's with the most blatant foul I've ever seen. Talk about a shithouse and a yellow card. Oh my God. Just stood still.
That is taking one for the team.
We're just showing the replay of that Martial chance. Fernandez, great cross back post, deflected by Diaz, I think that is. And then Martial, I think, is it Cancelo gets in the way? No, Rashford's right next to him. Oh, he falls over. Martial's off balance as he's heading it. Maybe Rashford put him off. I don't know. I think.
Well, he's watching it all the way.
Stay on your feet. He does. Yeah. This game is opening up like I've not seen.
It really is.
Good to see.
It's a long way back for City. You feel?
Well, that's the thing, mate. If they get a goal now, City, the half hour to go, I wouldn't put it past them.
No.
They've got to get that first one. They've got to test Henderson more. They've had plenty of the ball and plenty of shots, but
he hasn't made a save that you wouldn't expect him to make.
Yeah, and then obviously the Rodri one, that's technically not on target. It hit the woodwork, so they need to get a few more shots. I mean, I'd be amazing.
For City though.
Yeah, they've got to get. I think Foden's got to come on, possibly Aguero at some point as well. Unless they score now from this corner, De Bruyne is about to take it. Comes in. Oh, Mari's on the volley over. Training ground routine, you'd say, but unlike in training, it went miles over.
He's hoping for. He was hoping. I was going to say Paul Scholes, but no, he's hoping for an Arjen Robben there.
They're just showing the replay of the second goal. Didn't see that at first. Henderson with a really good throw, and then Rashford does brilliantly. Yeah, does it go through the defender's legs? Just seeing it again. Yeah, Rashford does well. Stay on side. Plays it back to him. Oh, they're just showing it goes through Rodri's legs. It's
a nice finish, and he takes it so early as well.
Yeah, it doesn't give Ederson a chance to set himself. But I'll tell you what, I didn't notice that at first. I don't know about you boys, but Ederson, that's a really good throw to that set up the. That's something that Ederson's had to.
A lot is made about Pickford's distribution over the years and stuff. But hey, if he can match that,
going forward, do you believe that he is a Manchester United quality number one?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he's better than the other ones who were tipped to like.
He's just been booked.
Ben Amos.
I think he's better than the other so-called next big thing at United. Like Ben Foster was tipped to be number one, and Tim Howard.
The only thing I'd say with Ben Foster,
Kuszczak.
I'd say one thing I would say for Ben Foster, if he doesn't do his knee in, he lost quite a bit of agility. After he did his cruciate at United, when he was at Watford on loan for those 2 seasons, he was unreal. Bear in mind the amount of shots he had raining down on him, but
Ben Foster's been an excellent Premier League goalkeeper, but it's different being a good goalkeeper for the other sides. But Man United and the top sides is completely different.
Yeah,
but I think Henderson we've seen him play a number of games now as number one for United, and I think he's got the capabilities, I'd say.
Well, what the thing United do with goalies, and they did it after Schmeichel and they did it after Van der Sar, and they sort of panic a little bit, don't they? Like, do you remember they signed that Danish guy, Lindegaard? I think it was Lindegaard, and he was okay.
Andreas Lindegaard.
He weren't special.
He knocked the hair out of the starting 11 for a bit.
Yeah, because De Gea
then,
wasn't settling quickly. They sort of panic a little bit. Whereas unlike last time, they stuck to their guns with De Gea. Whereas I remember they had Van der Gaal, Bosnich, Taibbi, and Barthez before Howard before finally settling on Van der Sar.
Roy Carroll as well.
Roy Carroll. They signed Van der Sar 4 or 5 years too late. They should have signed Van der Sar after Schmeichel went. Don't know how he ended up at Fulham. I'll never know.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good shout. Yeah. No, I think Henderson's better than all of those. I'll be honest. I think he's shown that at Sheffield United he's a Premier League quality keeper, and from what we've seen for United, I think he's definitely a United number one at some point. I think it's just his distribution is probably what's setting him aside from everyone else. But his throw for that second goal, that's a good sign to come, I'd say. It's maybe his kicking that might need to, but he's still very young, isn't he? But no, I think he's definitely better than the others we've said. Is De Bruyne on the break though? Oh, what a run this is! Is that Jesus on the right? Oh, Luke Shaw, what defending again? God, what's the game he's having?
Been brilliant. On a yellow card as well.
Yeah, he had to make that challenge, but yeah, talk about getting the ball when you need to.
Oof, brilliant tackle. On first viewing, anyway, this is where.
But it looked to me as well. Dennis will give his opinion in 30 minutes when he catches up with us.
Yeah, just let me know what I'm looking out for. I think I've just about had the second goal now. I believe it's 2-0. Luke Shaw.
No, he's watching the game when the Rashford. He's watching
when Rashford scored in his first match.
Let us know when you found out that man lands on the moon.
Did man ever land on the moon? Did man land on the moon? Do we know?
That's a story for another. That's a conversation.
I'm gonna go get the tinfoil out of the kitchen.
Anyway, is Rashford? Fernandez Rashford. He's got to shoot. He's got to shoot there.
Yeah.
Just so you know, what am I? I'm genuinely about 2 minutes behind you. What am I looking out for?
Shaw's challenge on Jesus.
Cool. Right. Be with you in about a minute, lads.
Might need to put more money in that machine again, mate.
I think it's coming up now. Yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming up now.
Why doesn't Rashford hit that first time?
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. I think there was nothing else on. Have a go. Told you it was worth the wait, Dennis.
The short tackle hasn't been highlighted again once, by the way, so we're going to presume it was a clean tackle.
Yeah, it looked it. Surely they're going to show it now. The ball's out of play. No, surely.
I think they've. I think United have gotten a bit lucky there. That definitely needs a looking at, is what I would say. If that happens to West Ham, I'm up shouting that's a penalty.
Jesus again there with the pass from Mahrez. He doesn't do one thing or the other with the cross. Is it a cross? Is it a shot?
Yeah, it's a poor effort. Well, Cancelo's off and Carl Walker's on now for Man City. Not the sub I thought they'd make, but.
No, he's been invisible today, Cancelo.
Yeah,
for how good he has been recently.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He hasn't been effective today.
No, well, you look at the fullbacks for both sides. Shaw and Wan-Bissaka have outperformed Cancelo and
magnificent.
Yeah, they've been excellent. This is going to be hard, mate, for picking a man of the match. I think it could be a number of United players.
The United fullbacks. Wan-Bissaka, there was a point I was watching about 5 minutes ago. He's constantly glancing at Sterling. He's not letting Sterling out of his eyesight for more than a second or two.
Yeah. His awareness and his positional play is absolutely awesome. And as you say, Chris, I can't argue with him being the best defensive fullback in the league. I've got no qualms about that.
We're spoilt for choice at right back, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That shows how stock we are in that position. He's actually been uncapped by England.
You got Trippier, Reece James,
Alexander-Arnold,
Wan-Bissaka, and although he's playing centre back for City, Kyle Walker. Honourable mention. Sorry, Chris. Honourable mention for Kyle Walker-Peters at Southampton.
Kyle Walker-Peters, Tyler Lamptey. Matty Cash has had a good season.
Yeah. Matty Cash wasn't good enough for West Ham. Yeah. So all of it that Moyes wanted and suddenly didn't rate according to sources close to the
Yeah.
board that are
Yeah,
definitely
we won't be mentioning them, but we know exactly who you mean.
Yeah,
Yes.
who those sources are. I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware of the shit towers around West Ham, but it's getting to the
What
stage
turn
where
by James that was.
when it comes to transfer policy, we need Mulder and Scully to investigate. I'm telling you, it's that bad. And I have written an article about that.
Oh,
Foden's about to come on.
Oh, here we are. Main event time.
oh, yeah. But on England, I mean, some good right backs are going to have to miss out. And this might surprise you, but I think I said it on the last time when we watched Olympiacos against Arsenal. We're discussing right backs. I watch Trent Alexander-Arnold week in, week out, and I think he'll tell you, he'd tell you himself.
He's giving it away. Oh, what they do in City's defence. They're all over the shop today. Very unlike them last 20 games or so. Sorry, Chris, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, because that was incredible from Zinchenko. That was just mesmerising to see how bad that was. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold would probably tell you himself he's not nailed of a spot in the squad.
No. I think the way he's played recently, no, definitely not.
I think that I've said this season, if James Justin hadn't have had his injury, I would have wanted James Justin in the squad. I think he's had a magnificent season, and honestly, I was genuinely gutted. Gutted.
Same with Harvey Barnes, mate.
Was this a foul?
I was going to say because Martial's just gone through on goal. It looked
like Anthony Taylor put his arm up. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. It was a great save by. Well, I'm not sure. Anthony Taylor had his arm up.
It should be 3-0. If he's played play on here, Martial's missed a great chance.
Is this a corner? If it's a corner, then obviously, oh my God, yeah.
Oh my word.
Well, I don't know what happened there, but Anthony Taylor looked like he was going to blow for a foul McTominay. He played on, and then Martial threw on goal, and Ederson with a brilliant save. And from the resultant corner, he catches it easily. Oh yeah, that should have been 3-0.
That was awful. That was.
It's 4-on-4. It's 4-on-4. Oh, that's great.
Honestly, United. I haven't seen it, but it sounds like that should have been 5-0 to Man United.
Well, Martial
quite a few chances.
And again, the City on the break, the bodies United got back.
Oh yeah, Rashford was going back in the left back area. Yeah, defending for their lives. It's good to see from both sides.
How has he missed that?
Exactly.
I've just had it. How has he missed that?
Well, I don't know. It was a good save, but I think Anthony Taylor
he's generally got time to take another touch there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he realises how much space he has, Anthony Martial.
That's probably it, mate. Yeah, he's probably expecting the whistle to go or something.
Rashford's down. Requiring a bit of treatment.
Well,
he's played very well because Rashford was one of the stars when they won the Etihad last season on the counter attack. He's played pretty much the same role today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're showing how far Rashford ran back. I think he was near City's box. He sprinted all the way back.
Yeah.
To basically where Fred was near the left back area to get the ball off Mahrez. I think he's done his. Is he stretching? Oh, he got done on the ankle. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. I thought first he done his hamstring or something, but then he just went down. Jesus is off and Foden's on. Not been Jesus' day, lads, has it?
If you look at his figures, I think I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's certainly all of his full seasons. He's got double figures for Manchester City, but I've never been overly convinced by him.
Since when he first broke in. If you remember, he scored and scored, and then he picked up that ankle.
He got a brace against Swansea, didn't he? With a last-minute winner.
Even then, since 17-18, he's City's nearly man. Yeah. It's not like Firmino for you guys, who he doesn't pick up, or he sleeps into those goal-scoring categories that you don't quite realise how many.
Oh, crossed by De Bruyne. Oh, it's another great grab. The Henderson.
But he brings so much other stuff to the game, whereas Jesus, I don't see Jesus doing that.
Yeah, it's like Jesus' tallies. His first half season for City was 7 goals in 11 games. In 17 and 42, 21 in 47, 23 and 53, been 11 and 27 this season. But you feel as if, I know Aguero's still been around, but if he becomes the main focus, those stats will probably go up. But you never feel like he's a out-and-out goal scorer, Gabriel Jesus. I don't, anyway.
Yeah, I think injury problems haven't helped Jesus either.
I know he hasn't been first choice for a lot of that as well.
No.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where Jesus would be the number one striker for a lot of sides, but for Man City and maybe the very top sides, he's probably a number two striker at best. I wouldn't say he's the number one, but he's still a quality player, isn't he? So I think it's just one of those.
Yeah. I mean, depending on how City feel they should go about their business this year, you never know. A certain Norwegian or a certain Frenchman might turn up at Manchester. They'll be the favourite. They'll be one of the favourites for both of them.
Going back to those two guys, I've got one of them in particular that is saying that you're going to sign both of them. Haaland is going to come to Liverpool with Firmino going to Dortmund because he used to play in Germany, so therefore he'd be happy to go back. And there's going to be some form of swap deal with Mbappe and Salah.
I think
I just sigh when I read.
I've seen both of them live. Actually, I've seen both of them score live. Although Haaland was for RB Leipzig. So not RB Leipzig, RB Salzburg. Sorry, wash my mouth out.
Really?
RB Salzburg. Yeah, I mean, I consider myself. If this is going to be the next big rivalry, I'd probably consider myself a bigger Haaland fan than an Mbappe fan. Why that is, I'm not entirely sure. Both are unbelievable goal scorers, but regardless, they won't play for clubs that aren't in the Champions League, and that is a fact, isn't it? Let's face it, that is a fact.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I can't really see Mbappe leaving PSG just yet.
The money would, yeah.
I think he's going to stay there one more year just to see.
The transfer fee it would take to get him would be,
because
it would be more than Neymar. It'd be more than Neymar.
It's one thing that, again, this is just my opinion. I'm just going to be clear. This is my.
Oh, is Foden? Foden on the edge of the box. Mahrez, De Bruyne. Oh, Foden turns. Oh. Was that deflected? Oh.
Brilliant play.
Yeah, it was.
Brilliant play. Well, I mean, what a take and touch that was.
Yeah,
but again,
what happened with the shot? He must have shot it wide. I don't think it's a corner.
It's a perfect setup on the half turn.
It was. Yeah, De Bruyne cuts it back. Oh, he scuffs it. He completely scuffs it.
That was 15 minutes to go. Is that their big chance to get back in it?
Oh, he outside of the foot. Yeah, he knows it as soon as he hits it. Yeah,
he should do better there.
Yeah, what's he, 10 yards out, 12 yards out? Yeah.
The touch is perfect.
Yeah, it's just
he slices it. He slices it across it and he get away from goal.
Exactly, cuts across it, yeah. Well, he's usually a really good finisher, Foden, but on that occasion, that was like a FIFA 21 shot, that was.
I haven't got
on a fish level, I'm glad he didn't score because I took him out of my team for Gundogan. And Gundogan hasn't done an awful lot for me, but I'm taking solace in the fact that Foden would have done just as little. So yeah,
he scored from that position pretty much at Anfield.
I was going to say that was similar position, yeah. But, yeah, unlike at Anfield, skewed it wide.
Mm.
And what I was going to provide is my opinion on Mbappe. Reason why I reckon he'll stay at PSG is a bit of. And again, you'll get ready. We're getting ready for Bill's laugh, but the sort of Frenchman's pride because he can it's a little.
Oh, Luke Shaw's driving forward again. Is James? No, Walker's done well.
I just heard an effing hell from the living room, so I assumed he missed.
I didn't lead to anything.
Space down the left-hand side. I mean, if there's one man that's going to catch up to Dan James, it probably was Kyle Walker.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, we forgot to say, lads, that Rashford, he went off after his injury.
Rashford went off hobbling off.
Yeah, Greenwood's after that challenge by, I think it was accidental by Mahrez.
It wouldn't be the build up to a tournament without England having someone with an injury. like someone beating,
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, every tournament, Rooney.
Well,
Beckham.
yeah, and listen, I thank God it ain't metatarsals though. The 2002 World Cup vibes.
Ah, yeah. Was it Neville? It was Neville, Beckham,
Danny Murphy,
McManaman,
Danny Murphy.
and Dyer. Didn't Dyer also have a metatarsal?
I think he went. I think he was in the squad, but I think Danny Murphy was one, and Steven Gerrard as well. I think.
I know Gerrard missed out, and I remember Kieran Dyer specifically because Trevor Sinclair replaced him, so he was in the squad. But on the last game of the season, he did his metatarsal for Newcastle, and Trevor Sinclair replaced him.
That's the stat that's just come up then. Pep Guardiola's only won one game at home against Manchester United for Manchester City.
Crazy, yeah. Well, I think it's weird.
This will be his fourth loss in 6 home games in all competitions.
It's weird, but this Manchester derby, since Guardiola's took over, it's been the away sides that have had the better of things.
Yeah, because I remember his first Manchester derby, they won 2-1 at Old Trafford.
Oh, when
brilliant counter-attacking display.
Yeah, when Bravo dropped it, and
when Iheanacho and De Bruyne, and Ibra for Manchester United. Oof.
But it's been the City have had the better things at Old Trafford, and then United probably.
When you look at this game, you take a step back and you look at this game. I'm calling United comfortable so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't go. I don't think they've had plenty of the ball City, but they've not. There's not been that little zip and that little extra sprinkle of quality, which you'll see they've shown over this. Was it 21 games in all competitions they've won in a row?
Phil Foden should have done better with the opportunity, but I keep on saying Henderson hasn't made a save that you'll go,
No, they've been straight at him, or like Rodri at the start of the second. I think the woodwork is Rodri again. Oh, he's still got it. Easier said than done. I think they just need to quicken up a little bit, City. Oh, what a ball in! Oh, is that Sterling? Oh, what a ball that was. Just couldn't get a connection.
That's a brilliant ball. I don't know how he's missed that.
Yeah, Walker with the cross. Oh, you see, it's gone between his legs.
He's gone ahead of it.
Brilliant ball by Walker.
One touch.
Oh.
Onside. He's got ahead of the ball, Sterling. That was the chance.
From that low down? I don't think so.
He's actually managed to run past it.
I think he's just tried to sort of side foot it, but he just completely missed it. The ball's dipping on him, and he's just, I think maybe took his eye off it.
Has not scored in his previous 22 games against Manchester United.
What a stat that is!
But that's what when I have looked at Sterling over the last few weeks, I haven't felt a threat with him.
Yeah, well, Wan-Bissaka's had the better of him today.
Oh, definitely. I'm getting ready to see tweets such as when Wan-Bissaka empties his pockets at home.
Yeah, and you see Sterling's face.
Wallet Sterling.
Yeah, you know it, mate, don't you? Yeah. I'm surprised he ain't coming on, Aguero.
Yeah, you might save him for Southampton in the week. Maybe a bit more of a game that he'll be able to get a more run out in. But when you see his record, records in the Manchester derby, level with Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go. I need a goal. Well, get him in the box. Don't worry about him running around. Just stick in the box.
Yeah, get off the bench first.
Exactly. He's Gundogan. Walker. He's made a difference since he's come on. Mahrez. Gundogan. Mahrez. Oh, what a ball that is. Foden. Oh, they've done well again, United. I think it's Greenwood all the way back there.
Really nice play. Nice to play on the edge of the box. Mahrez again. Great pass. But they get crowded out so quickly.
They've shut the space down brilliantly, United. All game, actually, not just the second half, the first half as well. Oh, Maguire gets his big foot in the way. And now Dan James is on the count. Martial. Is Fernandez. Oh, he's played it behind him.
Nice breakaway, that.
We just talk about the comedic timing of you there, Bill. gets his big foot in the way.
I don't know what to say to that bit.
Oh,
Well, usually even like why I get Slabhead getting his big head in the way.
I'd let Jamie Vardy say
ever
about.
since the yellow card, he's been brilliant. By the way,
I know he's been. Yeah, well, all of United's defence. I think it's been this. Well, it looks like it's going to be a win, but it's been built on their rock solid defence.
and the away form again.
Yeah, what is? I'm going to have to look at it again. What's the undefeated in the last 21 Premier League away matches?
Yeah.
That's a
For
joke.
over a year now. The last
Yeah.
defeat was mid-February last year.
Yeah, did you say it was Liverpool?
Yeah, the 2-0
was
at
it?
Anfield.
Yeah.
Van Dijk and Salah.
I think they're going to show Foden's shot again. Yeah, they're just showing the replay. Great ball by Morris.
Well, they've got John Stones up
And
there now.
And then Greenwood. Yeah, Greenwood's all the way back there. And then Wan-Bissaka clears it. Not for the first time.
Brilliant commitment.
Yeah, definitely. But well, that's the thing. City are trying, and they've had plenty of touches in United's box. But yeah, it's just.
Yeah, they've had another day. Rodri's shot goes just under the bar. Jesus gets to that when we're looking at 2-2.
Yeah, and Sterling as well.
Oh fucking hell, yeah.
Is Mahrez? Oh, just behind De Bruyne. Still got it, De Bruyne. Oh, Gundogan. What's that corner? Goal kick. Oh, Gundogan's going mental. And Taylor's given a goal kick. Bit of respite for United. Another 30 seconds to waste.
I mean, I can see why Gundogan's going a bit mad because it certainly didn't look like a goal kick.
No, they're just showing the replay now. Yeah, come off Wan-Bissaka.
Just the way he brought it down, it couldn't have gone out. It couldn't have gone out off Gundogan.
Yeah. Yeah, no wonder he's not happy.
Just shows in that you put your hand up and shout mine, and then the ref has to make a call.
Goes back to Sunday League, that does, mate.
I've never played Sunday League. I don't have the stamina for it.
I haven't for a few
I
years.
don't have the ability.
Yeah, I know I don't have the ability either. I just can't run.
Oh, that would help, the ability.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind playing, but as I say, I don't have the ability or the stamina, so it's not. That's not a good start.
I've told you
maybe five-a-side, play it Power League on five on
like
Tuesday
five,
night.
7-a-side. I have a very unique set of skills, make me arguably the perfect player. In that I run around and I don't do anything, but I always take people with me to make space. So people think, that guy's rapid.
You like Dave
him.
Mitchell in a Peep Show when he turns up?
No, I can control the ball and I know how to play football, but it's just I'm not very good with the ball. So what I do is like I can control the ball, but that's about it. Like I have a habit of. I'm a runner. I used to be a runner, so I'm used to just looking down. So I will be looking down and I'll be picking a pass and not looking up and wonder where the fuck it's gone.
If we set up a seven-a-side team, Dennis, you could be our Robbie Savage, just run around and be a nuisance.
Well, that's what it is. No, that's what it is at university. Except for, they used to bring me on when people got tired, and they just have me just run into the corners and take people with them to open up space.
True
They're
story.
Just running into channels.
I hadn't scored for like 10 or so games for my school team years ago, but then the lads who I played with invited me to a 5-a-side, and I got 12 in the game. So I don't know why. I just had one of those days.
First ever time we played 5-a-side at my current work, I scored a hat trick. So they automatically then assumed I was really good at football, and then I didn't score for like months.
Yeah. Hello, meet you.
That was it.
The streets remember Michu.
It's like another great thing. Like my housemate Sam actually played football, but he played non-league football for a while. And he came along. He turned up late. They were like, "Dennis, is your mate coming?" And I was like, "Trust me, he's going to be late, but he's worth it." He turned up 10 minutes late. scored 15 and got 10 assists.
Wow.
And we won. We won. This was against another team, and we scored 28 goals. We scored 28 goals. There's a ring. He came in as a ringer.
The reason we're talking about
our
this
results
is
are looking really swift. Like there'll be like a 9-1 defeat and then a 28-something victory just randomly there. The time that a guy that actually knew how to play football turned up.
Wasn't that result about 20 years ago? Where was it? Australia,
Samoa, yeah, Archie Thompson. Yeah. Archie Thompson scored 13 goals.
Yeah. Was that like 25-0 or something?
31.
I think it was 31-0 against. I think it was American Samoa.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
American Samoa record, isn't it?
Yeah,
well, Martial's coming off, lads. What a game he's had. He hasn't scored.
He's had a good game, yeah.
What's the game he's had?
To finish that thing about Archie Thompson, there was the brilliant 2006 World Cup. There had his goal-scoring stats, and it looked insane. And the commentators had to explain, yes, but most of these goals have come against Fiji, and American Samoa, and Tasmania, because like that's back before they
heavyweights of international football.
I think it would just be between Australia and New Zealand for the qualification.
There were people gambling on whether Spain Tahiti was going to break the record in 2013 in the Confed Cup, Federations Cup.
Came nowhere near it, did it?
10-0.
Yeah, nowhere near the 30 or whatever.
Should have been 11. Sorry, Mr. Penn.
I don't even think the Australia one is a world record. You know, I think there has been another one where it's even.
That's your mission. Find out.
Yeah, I will. I'll find that out. But yeah.
Well, a couple minutes to go plus stoppage time. Looks like sitting running.
I'm going to find out what Archie Thompson's goal score record, because I swear it's something like 40 in 22 games.
You're behind us, Dennis, so you've got a bit of time to catch up.
Yeah, no, well, that's it. There's only a couple of minutes left, so you can tell me, you can update on what's happening. I'm going to come up with the trivia.
It's
De Bruyne, not for the first time. Lindelof gets in the way.
I mean, for all the possession, I think on the last 10 minutes, City have had best part of 80% possession, and you just don't feel they're going to do anything with it.
No, when they do get touches in United's box, the defence and even Greenwood, as we saw earlier, they're just snuffing out of space.
We're saying that the defending has been exceptional.
Oh, it's been
absolutely
awesome.
exceptional.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Well, they've given Martial man of the match, and that's not a great surprise. He's been excellent. As I say, he hasn't got on the score sheet, but he's I think he's proved the point after being left out.
I'll let you think that's not a great surprise.
Well, that's the thing. It wouldn't be my choice, but I think he's one of a few United players.
Was Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing golf for the last hour and a half?
I actually think Luke Shaw's my man in the match. I'm going to go with
Wan-Bissaka or Luke Shaw.
Yeah,
not Anthony Martial.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who the co-com is. Obviously, we've got on silent, so I'm not sure who picked it. But I think Martial's played well, I'd say.
Lads, I found it, by the way. In the 2006 World Cup, his goal scoring record read as 21 goals in 15 internationals. His record now isn't that great. His record is still good, but it's 28 in 50, which is still nothing to sneeze at. But it didn't quite get the medals. But that's because he scored in the 2002 World Cup qualifying campaign. He scored 18 goals.
And what was the score of that game we were talking about? 31-0.
31.
And who was it between?
Australia and American Samoa. He scored 13. John Aloisi scored 8 that game.
Oh wow! What's a throwback that is.
How many different goal scorers were
there? 1 second. I'm just going to get the
5 minutes stoppage time. 5 minutes stoppage time. Dan James, he's still running left hand side.
The man will never stop running.
Nah, he's enough. He's played well today. But yeah, for me, I'll agree with you, Chris. I think it's either Wan-Bissaka or Luke Shaw for me, man of the match.
I don't think you can give man of the match in a game like this to a man that, yes, he won the penalty, but misses a sitter. Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka have had Mahrez and Sterling in their back pockets the entire game. That for me, that's one of those bonkers man of the matches I've seen this season. It really is.
I think it's one of them where classic Andy Townsend. I can see why it's been given.
It's one of them for me, Clive.
Yeah. But I don't necessarily agree with it. But yeah, I could see them. I could see them given. I've seen them given.
That's incredible. Because United thoroughly deserve this. Don't get me wrong, but City have had a lot of the ball. But if you're going to give a man a match in this game, it goes to a United defender.
Yeah, definitely.
He's been absolutely brilliant.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah, Luke Shaw for me. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka close second. I think I probably said, Chris, that it's not surprised. It's because it's Sky at times. They give random man of the matches. So
I just can't believe it. Genuinely. You can tell by the pitch of my voice.
Yeah, I was going to say there's Scousers coming out of you. Like, well, you can tell anyway, but even more so.
I'm getting throwbacks to working at Sports Direct in Chester now. Can you just say the following? Can I have these Addies in a size 9? Their class, Stevie G wears them, please.
Can I have these Addies and what? Sorry.
Can I have these Addies in a size 9? The class.
Can I have these Addies in a size 9?
Wears them. Stevie G.
Shout out to Stevie, by the way, for ending Celtics.
For winning the title with the Huns.
But brilliant achievement. I know Rangers fans are obviously thrilled with that. And end of the day, Celtic haven't been themselves this season, but Rangers couldn't afford to let that affect them, so they've just stormed it. And brilliant achievement for him.
No, definitely. Fernandez just been subbed.
Yeah. Again, quiet from him today, but opened the scoring, did what he had to do, could have done better on the counter-attack. I think
he was better in the second half. Some of his passing was pretty good in some of United's attacks. Yeah, he's been better than he has against the other top sides recently.
Just want to say quickly, in my defence of that Scouse accent, these were mostly people from Birkenhead that I was serving, not actual Scousers. So not ones that actually from Liverpool, from Birkenhead.
Well, 90 seconds to go, lads. Looks like it's going to finish 2-0.
Well, brilliant result for United. We presume
Pep Guardiola's
incredibly late drama
at the minute.
We saw the counter attack again has just been their methods, because they know they would be able to take on City on a possession basis. They performed incredibly well on the counter attack.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to carry on that amazing away record as we've mentioned, but they've deserved it. They've deserved
an amazing away record against Man City.
Yeah, and it's not like they've parked the bus or anything, and they haven't shithoused it. I think they've deserved it. If it carries on, that is, which they got.
But again, United fans, that would be the question, because why were they so pedestrian against Crystal Palace? How did they lose at home to Sheffield United, when this is the kind of thing they can put in?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I think City definitely should have started Phil Foden. I'm just going to put that out there.
No, I completely agree, because it's got to get to the point where Phil Foden's the first choice for Manchester City now. If he's going to progress on club level and international level, he's got to become first choice sooner or later.
Well, he's on the ball now. Yeah, not for the first time. United's defence around.
Makes me laugh how my room has become progressively darker, by the way.
Well, it's been a dark day for you, Chris. Liverpool lost, and your big rivals, Man United, beating City.
What is it? Pathetic fallacy.
Well, there's all it is, again, the saving grace of Liverpool fans today is the fact that
there's a saving grace.
Won the SPL, which is basically bottom half of the Championship football.
Oh, Mahrez! Oh! Henderson punches it away, gets away with it. Is that the final whistle? No. Corner.
Oof, that was a good hit from Mahrez, I have to say. And then Gundogan into the chest. And then Wan-Bissaka, no problem at all, just wallops it away for a corner, which will probably be the last kick of the game.
Yeah, that'll be it, I think.
But it gives the likes, Spurs in the Carabao Cup final, teams in the Champions League, it gives them a bit of hope that this City team are invincible.
And that's it, full time.
Brilliant result for United. Superb result.
What a result for Man United. I don't think anyone was expecting that result, considering obviously City's winning run and they were just basically sleepwalking towards the title. But what a great result for Man United. Thoroughly deserved.
Nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at.
Thoughts, Chris, overall?
Brilliant from United. Played on the counter-attack, which is how obviously as I said before, they won the Etihad last season. City not at the races. Had plenty of possession, just couldn't break United down. But you have to say, brilliant result. And United, the only question from their fans now is why can't they perform to those kind of levels on a more consistent basis? But a game that will give United fans hope that the gap between them and United isn't as big as some would make it out to be.
Them and City, yeah, definitely.
Dennis, certainly not today. I mean, I think again, if Foden starts, it's another game, and they managed to take that lead from a moment of madness from Jesus fouling Martial in a tangle of legs. In I don't know if it went to a VAR review, but it certainly should have and could have been classed as a borderline, whether it was inside or out from what I saw. So they went ahead in a moment. I wouldn't say that this showed that they dominated Man City. It's all Man City kept over.
No, when you look at the possession.
No, and I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that for people that will inevitably try and claim that. I think City lost this game. Again, based on that moment and the decision not to start Phil Foden. As soon as Phil Foden came on, he started making things happen. I think they could have asked a lot more questions of Henderson if he had been on the ball a bit more, because they were very wasteful in the final third whenever they got the opportunities, in my opinion. A fully fit Sergio Aguero causes them a lot more problems than Jesus or however you want to bloody pronounce his name. So yeah, I think really it's a great result for Man United. Don't take that away from them, but I think City could have done a lot more.
Yeah, they're playing the ball City, but I think United's defence was absolutely exceptional. We mentioned Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, how good they were, but I thought Lindelof and Maguire, I think they were brilliant as well. Getting the blocks in, snuffing out City's chances, and while they had a lot of shots on goal, as we mentioned throughout the game, Dean Henderson barely had to make any world-class saves, did he?
No, he wasn't tested. Showed authority when he needed to, though. He saw his distribution out to Luke Shaw as well in the build-up to Luke Shaw's goal. I think it's a tough test for him to overtake David De Gea, but how he played today will do him no problem. Will do him no harm. Yeah,
no, absolutely. I think full credit to United. Going to obviously City, who look like they're going to run away with winning the Premier League, but to go there and deserve it. I mean, it's not like they parked the bus and got shithoused a 1-0 win or 2-0 win against a run and play. I thought they created better chances, if anything, and I think 2-0 was, I'd say about right. I think no matter if the game carried on for another half hour, I don't think City would have scored today.
Nope.
No, that's credit to United defensively. Again, after Maguire's yellow card, he was superb. Lindelof puts in some brilliant blocks, and for me, toss up between Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw for man of the match. So United defensively, big result for them.
Yeah, big thumbs up. Yeah, man of the match, Luke Shaw for me for his goal, and kept Mahrez quiet and his runs.
Not Anthony Martial. No offense, Anthony.
But, not Martial.
Had to go to a defender today.
No, it was improved Martial today, but not. I think it was man of the match. Any final thoughts before we wrap up, Dennis?
No, nothing further to add, really. I agree with you that Luke Shaw should have been man of the match. Wan-Bissaka close second. No doubt the papers will be talking about, look, Henderson clean sheet on his big start, but he wasn't really tested.
People buy papers still?
Oh, you know what I mean. They'll sensationalise it because the young English goalie, he's going to be England's number one. He didn't really have an awful lot to do today. I'd like to see him get a run of games for United before we start judging him, really.
Yeah.
But big result for United. I'd like to say it shakes up the table, but it doesn't. It just postpones a bit of the inevitable. City are still going to win the league. They're too far ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Final thoughts, Chris, before we finish?
No, just brilliant result for United. City wasn't their day, but they're back in action against Southampton in the week. And it'd be another chance for them to take a step to the title. As I say, I still don't see them being denied it. I think their quality throughout is too much for most teams to handle. And United, I'd say, it's a big result just to solidify their place in the top four.
No, good stuff. Okay, well, enjoyed that game. Thanks for joining us, lads. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe to Garage Football if you're new. Like this stream if you enjoyed it. Follow us on the socials, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
See you in a bit.